So what Rabbi Zusha says on this mitzvah Shemitah? The Shemitah, it says like this. It says that you have to stop working on the 7th year. Don't work the land. Then says the Torah, and if you will say, Shalom Aleichem Tzaddik, בטח שאני מכיר אותו. And if you would say, what would I eat? How would I make a living? מה נאכל בשנה השביעית? What are we going to do in the 7th year? The Torah is saying, after God commands you to not work on the 7th year, you may ask, but what would I eat? How am I going to make a living? So God says, don't worry, I will give you so much in the 6th year that this will be enough for the 6th year, for the 7th year, and you need for the 8th year, because if you didn't do anything in the 7th, so in the 8th, you're also not going to have much. So that's the answer of the Torah. Says Rabbi Zusha, he says, really, God always gives. God gives money, parnasa, food to everyone all the time. God is like the sun. The sun always gives light. You know what's making people poor, making people not receive the blessing of God? That they ask, but what I'm going to eat in the 7th year? What if I'm not going to work the land? What's going to be? How I'm going to make a living? The question, how am I going to make a living, that's blocking the blessing of God from you. That's what Rabbi Zusha says. Means that you get parnasa. Parnasa is living, money, food from God, regardless. God created you in this world, like the sun gives you light and gives you warmth. God gives you always blessing and parnasa for making a living. But when you don't trust God and you say, but what's going to be tomorrow? I'm going to make a living. What's going to be next month? What's going to be next year? Those questions, those doubts, they block you from the sun. They block you from the blessing of God. That's why you see a lot of people that they have very hard time with making money or making a living. Why is that? It's because they don't have faith and trust in God. Faith and trust means they are worried, and that's the key. If you come to me and you say, okay, Rabbi, give me the secrets how I'm gonna make good money. One secret: don't worry. You know why rich people become more rich? Because they less worry, because they have. When you less worry, you trust. When you trust, you get. But when you ask questions, but what if? What I'm gonna eat? I'm gonna make a living. This itself blocks you. Says Rabbi Zusha, Be'emet they would get it even for the 7th year. God will make a way to give you money and food, even if you don't work the land. But the actual question is already blocking. That's why God needs to tell you, okay, I'm gonna make it in the 6th year, because you're asking question, you don't have trust. That's what Rabbi Zusha says.